Well, you might have heard that recently I'm getting a rebrand where I'm not just going to focus on chickens and gardening, but I'm going to focus on just outdoors and even a bit of cooking in general as well. So in this video, what I'm going to be talking about today is I'm going to be talking about camping. So if you're going to go camping, but you don't want to go to a big area, you can do it in your own backyard. So in this video, I'm about to show you how to camp in your backyard, some beginner's advice, some things you could do to help set it up, and some fun you could have while you're out there in the back. So let's go. If you're planning on having a fire in your yard, you don't necessarily have to do this, just go out camping. You just like go outside, set up your tent, and then just sleep out there. You don't have to do any of this extra stuff. But if you want to have like a little party, I'd recommend having a little campfire out there. It's pretty chill. You know, that's what I personally do when we having campfires out here and sleeping in tents. It's pretty chill. I do this like a couple times every month during the summer vacation months over here. So this is our campfire right here. You can see there's tons of stuff in it right now that still needs to be burned from our previous campfire. However, I'd recommend setting it up in a way where you have enough fuel to go through, but also have safety precautions just in case the fire decides to get a little bit too crazy. Because most of the time you're doing camping out there in the summer when it's hot, or maybe you're from the south where it's not nearly as hot all year round, where it's pretty warm all year round, you're able to do it all year round. Just remember to bring like something like water with you, not for drinking, but for putting out the fire if it gets too big. So I'd say that's pretty cool if you're gonna have that sort of issue with you, to make sure you have water with you just in case something like that were to happen. It's probably not gonna happen, but I'm just saying it's gonna be really useful because you don't want to start a lawn fire, especially if you're like in the south during the summer, or even up here in the northeast. 2 summers ago we had a nasty dry July, like it was 2022. 2020 was even worse, and it's every other year. So hoping and praying this summer's just like last year, plenty of rain, but also a good balance between wet and dry. Next up, we actually have picking a place to put your tent. Remember, if you're gonna camp in your backyard, it's not gonna be too far from the house. So a good place to put your tent is somewhere in your yard that you can have confidence on, that it won't like be on a hill. Because imagine trying to sleep on a slope. I mean, you could do it there, it's just gonna be uncomfortable, I'm just saying, because you want to be comfortable out there in the overnight hours when whether it's overcast or clear. So I'd recommend, if I was camping out here tonight, usually I'd either do it in the dog yard if I have friends with me that's also going camping. But if I'm just gonna camp myself out here, I'm gonna do like up here or in my front yard. I prefer up here. It's nice, it's peaceful, it's a good distance away from the house so I don't hear noises, but it's also a good distance from the wildlife where you get to hear nature. Now here's the cool thing, you can sit right here, you do whatever you want. I'd personally set up like right around here, move the hammock maybe a bit, or maybe even set up the hammock just outside the tent, so that way like when I wake up in the morning, I go on my phone when I go over. Because first thing I do in the morning, even because I'm still in school, by the way, just so you know, I don't get out till June. First thing I do when I wake up at 5 a.m. is I always go to the YouTube studio to check comments. So that's literally just a natural instinct for me. I don't know about any of you guys that are also YouTubers. Like when you wake up, first thing you do is I just get a quick little morning stretch and I go and check my YouTube comments. I'm getting a little bit better at doing that like second or third after maybe going for a quick morning jog, but this summer I'm gonna try to get even better at that. But if I really wanted to do that, I could just get up, set up this out here. But I'd recommend finding a place that's nice and flat and comfortable to sleep in. Now that I said that, you don't want to be too close to wildlife that you can hear, that like you're literally right next to all the coyotes and bobcats and wolves or whatever's out there, whatever you have. We have coyotes here that are also like 70 pounds, so you don't want to mess with them. I mean, maybe I could take a coyote on a fight, probably not. So I'd recommend keeping it close enough to the house, or like it's not going to go too close, because most of the time coyotes aren't that brave, but sometimes you'll hear cases where the coyotes are pretty brave. Like around here last summer, example of this is when they decided to go get my chickens last summer, and they came a bit too close for comfort. But that was when we were a bit quieter. We started making a bit more noise, and they haven't came back since. And I'm hoping and praying that this summer they won't just do the same. And if they do, then that might be it for the coyotes. They might have to go back to their old population back a few miles down the road and maybe terrorize someone else's chickens and get out of the garden chickens. Y'all are seriously pained, bro. So yeah, if you derived anything from this video, I recommend clicking like and subscribe. This is literally my first outdoors video, so sorry if it's not of the highest quality, because I'm still getting used to doing this. As you probably saw my channel banner change, you probably didn't even notice it, because I make small scale changes like that, if you will. I did add the cooking and the outdoors because I really want to add more, because I was getting I don't want to say getting bored of making videos because I say I have fun making these videos in my channel about section. It said I was running out of ideas. I have good ideas for video essays, but not for long videos. So subscribe so you can see these cool videos in play. I'll be getting better at these. Maybe making some video essays on them in the future. Stay tuned. The summer break's gonna be crazy. We're gonna be taking over this summer. We're gonna get tons of subs this summer. I have high faith for the next couple weeks even. They'll even be able to reach 4K in like 6 weeks. So many of you guys subscribe.